stored information, data that lives not just in the primary side, but lives across historical archive and backup copies, is very valuable. And at CommVault, we offer customers a way to efficiently manage all that information, handle the storage growth in a modern infrastructure. We believe passionately in the power of a single platform for solving backup, archive, replication, search, SRM, and reporting. We deliver that through a single software product that's incredibly scalable and very efficient. Our competitors are delivering those same functions through a series of point-level disparate products. And that, for customers, is very expensive, highly inefficient, and very time-consuming. CommVault and Red Hat have been partners for many years. A large percentage of CommVault's customer base relies on Red Hat Enterprise Linux to run their business. But what's new about our relationship with Red Hat is the advent of Red Hat Storage Server. We believe strongly that Red Hat can help customers significantly reduce their overall storage costs by allowing customers to find commodity-based hardware and plug it into a very intelligent-based storage software operating system from Red Hat. When we can collapse together through our solutions, compute and network and storage into a single common framework, we can help our customers run faster with more streams, less impact on the network, and also with the Red Hat and CommVault combination, we can get great scale out on the back end versus any hardware-only solution that a customer may consider. The future between CommVault and Red Hat, I think, is incredibly bright. We're on the infancy stage of what we believe is a very long-term relationship between the two companies. And I think both companies have done a really good job of understanding our customer base to say, hey, we can solve challenges together. Our customers are struggling with solving big challenges in their IT infrastructure, and together we're doing that. We share that with a common value system. We share that with a common vision from delivering great innovations. And most importantly, those innovations need to add real value.
Hello, I'm Walter Tessman with Red Hat Storage. And in a few moments, I will introduce Craig Halliwell from CommVault. But first, let me thank you for joining our presentation today and walk you through what we believe are the new data challenges. Organizations of all kinds are struggling with the need to manage and protect growing amounts of data in a cost-effective fashion, even as they focus on extracting more value from that data. Specifically, new data problems are presenting themselves in terms of volume, variety, and scale of data. Red Hat and CommVault deliver a scale-out backup efficiency solution. By collapsing compute, storage, and backup capabilities into a single data protection solution with co-resident software, customers can manage data more efficiently with less hardware resources. As I mentioned before, today we will hear from Craig Halliwell from CommVault on how Red Hat Storage and CommVault Simpana are enabling enterprises to efficiently and cost-effectively manage and protect data.
Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us today as part of Red Hat's virtual event to launch Red Hat Storage Server 2.1. My name is Craig Halliwell. I'm Director of Alliances at CommVault, where I lead our efforts to work with technology partners like Red Hat to deliver best-of-breed solutions to our common customers. Today, we're going to be talking about modern data protection that leverages a new trend in the industry, software-defined storage. Red Hat has taken a leadership role in this space, and we're happy to be working with them to deliver data protection solutions that pack more intelligence into software, allowing you, the customer, to use commodity hardware based on factors that meet your needs. So let's begin. We'll start by summarizing the three most common areas of pain that we see in our customer base today. We'll then provide some background on CommVault the company, our software platform which is called Simpana, and why we're so different from our competitors that we've been ranked the best product in our primary market for 2 years in a row. We'll then talk about how CommVault Simpana not only works with Red Hat Storage Server as a storage target, but is able to dramatically simplify data protection architectures by consolidating an entire tier of the typical data protection infrastructure. And since the CommVault Red Hat solution is software only, we've provided one example of a validated configuration that leverages one of the most cost-effective hardware providers on the market, Supermicro. When we ask our customer base what challenges they face when it comes to protecting data, we come up with three common problems. First is the sheer amount of unstructured data that needs to be protected, made even more difficult by high rates of creation of new unstructured data. Buying more Tier 1 storage cannot scale, and we've heard many stories of CIOs or CFOs holding up purchases of Tier 1 storage so that they can research alternative options. Secondly is the shift to cloud infrastructures, almost always virtualized, which have broken the traditional data protection model. The size of virtual machines multiplied by the amount of them is one of the factors that forces more scalable and cost-effective underlying storage for data protection. Furthermore, multi-tenancy creates complexity in the management of data protection policies, so flexible protection and storage architectures become more important. Finally, we know that budgets aren't growing at nearly the same rate as data. In addition to storage growth from existing services, virtually any new IT-enabled business service will have its own storage and data protection requirements, adding to the need for flexible and cost-effective protection infrastructures. Let me take a few moments to share some background on CommVault. We're a 17-year-old software company with over 1,500 employees and over 16,000 customers. We generated nearly $500 million in revenue in our last fiscal year and are growing at around 25% annually. We pride ourselves on our 96% customer satisfaction rate in an industry that averages 89%. One of the most unique aspects of our company is that we've made no acquisitions, so our software platform has been built entirely from the ground up on one common code base. This is dramatically different from what our competitors have done, and a key reason why our integrated platform has been so successful. Our software platform is called Simpana on version 10, which includes best-in-class modules for both data and information management. Under data management, we offer modules for backup and recovery, snapshot integration featuring our IntelliSnap technology, deduplication, virtual server protection, archive, edge data protection, and storage tiering. Under information management, we provide functionality for retention, search, e-discovery, legal hold, and many others to support information governance and compliance. The combination of these features built into an integrated platform delivers a much more powerful experience for our customers. You see here what products competitors offer in order to try to match Simpana functionality. In one case, requiring 20 products to match what Simpana provides in one platform. As you might expect, using multiple products and interfaces, even from the same vendor, will typically cost more and be difficult to support and use. At a deeper level, however, we see that non-integrated approaches lack contextual and content insight due to restrictive and/or disconnected indexing and cataloging approaches. They lack rich metadata to link logical application context with stored copies of data. Because of these limitations, they typically can't meet the next generation of multi-tiered recovery SLAs and make it difficult for IT to adopt modern data management models. And because Simpana software is tightly integrated, we can create functionality that others simply cannot match. One example is our one-pass feature, which we have validated with Red Hat Storage Server 2.1. Consider the traditional approach to backup, archival, and reporting. Each process requires its own scan, collection, and transfer of the file system or email data structure. This will typically require the use of separate user interfaces or even products to set each policy, and may even require separate storage infrastructures for each function. In contrast, Simpana OnePass performs a single pass or scan of the file system or data structure, yet is able to perform backup, archiving, and reporting all from this single step. We then deduplicate at the source prior to sending this file across the network and to the storage device. This efficient process has the ability to slash backup, archive, and reporting operations by more than 50%. As a result of our integrated platform approach and relentless pursuit of customer satisfaction, CommVault has been positioned up and to the right in Gartner's Magic Quadrant for enterprise backup and recovery software for 3 years in a row. Gartner has cited that CommVault has been the most vocal and articulate about the future of backup, that we have a mature source and target side deduplication with the industry's only deduplication to tape support, and broad support for server virtualization environments includes granular backup recovery from applications running in a VM. Red Hat is a strategic alliance partner for CommVault, and Red Hat Storage is validated target for data copies created by CommVault Simpana. Red Hat Storage is an open scale-out storage software solution and delivers a storage platform across physical, virtual, and cloud resources. So you can transform your big, semi-structured, and unstructured data from a burden into an asset. As a leader in software-defined storage, Red Hat believes that storage is a software problem that cannot be solved by locking organizations into a particular storage hardware vendor or a particular hardware configuration. Instead, Red Hat Storage is designed to work with a wide variety of industry-standard storage, networking, and compute server solutions. Red Hat also believes that the best way to deliver functionality is by embracing the open source model. As a result, Red Hat Storage users benefit from a worldwide community of thousands of developers who are constantly testing the product in a wide range of environments and workloads, providing continuous feedback and providing unbiased feedback to other users. Red Hat Storage delivers more than just a distributed file system. The complete storage solution adds distributed memory management, I/O scheduling, software RAID, self-healing, local N-way synchronous replication, and asynchronous long-distance replication via Red Hat geo-replication. Unlike traditional file systems, Red Hat Storage operates in user space rather than kernel space. This innovation makes installing and upgrading Red Hat Storage significantly easier and greatly simplifies development efforts, and specialized kernel experience is not required. Red Hat Storage is designed using a modular and stackable architecture approach. Configuring Red Hat Storage for highly specialized environments is a simple matter of including or excluding particular modules. With Red Hat Storage, data is stored on disk using native formats with various self-healing processes established for data. As a result, the system is extremely resilient and files are naturally readable without Red Hat Storage. Unlike other storage systems with a distributed file system, Red Hat Storage does not create, store, or use a separate index of metadata in any way. Instead, Red Hat Storage places and locates files algorithmically. The performance, availability, and stability advantages of not using metadata are significant and in some cases dramatic. Red Hat Storage enables customers to build an open enterprise-wide information platform where all information can be used to create a unique competitive value across the entire enterprise. As the amount of information continuously grows, enterprises need a scalable and reliable storage platform which grows and scales with the requirements to manage it, making CommVault Simpana and Red Hat Storage a best-of-breed match for data management. Companies in every major industry, including Intuit, Cornell University, Pattern Energy, and many others in transportation, healthcare, financial services, telecommunications, and public sectors are using Red Hat Storage to take full advantage of the value of their information while scaling at volume. So let's talk about the combined solution from CommVault and Red Hat. Typically in an enterprise architecture, the data protection software will reside on its own hardware tier, which creates latency as data must travel over the network. Because Red Hat Storage provides an instance of Red Hat Enterprise Linux, however, the CommVault Media Agent can run directly on the same physical hardware. The consolidation of the Media Agent here has three benefits. The first and most obvious is that it means less hardware to buy, rack, and manage. The second is that it dramatically speeds throughput to and from the Media Agent due to data locality. Imagine not having to worry about sizing the network to meet backup windows because backup copies are being written at the speed of the server backplane. Finally, this architecture will be simpler to scale because you're scaling one hardware tier instead of two. Now let's dive deep into one example of a validated configuration of CommVault Simpana 10 running on a Red Hat Storage Server 2.1, in this case using two Supermicro servers. Starting from the bottom, we deployed the two Supermicro storage servers, each with direct attached 2 terabyte SATA drives. These two servers ran the Red Hat Storage Server software, including Red Hat Enterprise Linux. The CommVault Simpana Media Agent instances run directly on Red Hat storage on the same Supermicro servers and mount the GlusterFS volume using native protocol. The GlusterFS volume was set in distribute-only configuration. A single volume using separate folders was used for each media agent. We deployed 2 Red Hat Linux-based Xeon clients, and the network was shared for both back-end communication between Red Hat storage servers and for the backup traffic between the clients and media agents. As a result of this validation test, we were able to successfully consolidate the media agent into the storage tier, resulting in backup and restore speeds that are twice as fast as a leading NAS vendor due again to data locality. And due to Simpana's source-side duplication, we saw 90% reduction in backup times when compared to undeduplicated data sets and 75% reduction in network traffic. One industry analyst has estimated that the combined solution will provide a 52% reduction in upfront storage costs and a 20% reduction in overall operating costs for data protection. Thanks for joining us today. For more information, we welcome you to take a look at Red Hat's launch microsite at redhat.com/liberate. Then navigate to the CommVault section within Solutions. There you'll find a detailed solution brief on the solution we discussed today. Thank you again and enjoy the remainder of the launch event.